institutional support is the biggest piece that's needed. LaGuardia has been incredibly supportive of, the program from the beginning. Um, I think, we're very, again, very fortunate to have a room dedicated, for our students. We have a classroom, so students can come in and, feel at home in a way, also feel, like they're part of something, really, really special. Um, the institutional support is like everything. I really believe that. Even down to there's flexibility for us to, purchase diapers and things like that is needed. Connecting with other resources within the college is like essential. Work very closely with here we have the LaGuardia Cares, which is like is a hub for where students can get support. All students within the college can get support around food insecurities and enrolling in different programs, different support programs, housing insecurity. So our students have access, to that program. We have the early learning, childhood center here as well, which is huge. Some students may need, that type of service, which is meaning is like, childcare services. And again, it's incredibly important, and fathers aren't often like looked at as needing these supports. The reality is, the majority of student parents we speak of, and statistically proven that majority are mothers. So mothers often get noticed to need those type of services. And in this case, I'm pretty sure it was interesting at first to see a whole bunch of guys in the classroom together, um, all coming from different hoods per se, but they're all fathers, so they're part of their father, part of the fatherhood, and they need the same supports as well. And I think it took some getting used to and a better understanding. For instance, um, a lot of places you go, they're not very inviting, to fathers. It's not, you don't really see pictures on the wall of, guys with their children and things like that. So we made it a point that our offices reflect, the people we serve. So yeah, we make this place very father friendly. There are pictures on the wall. Our advertising is, speaks to them, which goes back to institutional commitment because the marketing department is very helpful in helping us create this message for our guys. One thing early on in the program, guys would say we had a flyer with this stock picture of a young man. I actually went to an event recently, and it was the same stock picture of the same guy that we put on this flyer. And the guy said, "Who is this guy? He doesn't look like us." But it was funny, and it really showed us, oh man, we have to be real about this. We have to. So our marketing department here at the college, set up a photo shoot, and we had a young man that was in our program, and wanted to be the face of that campaign. And again, it's like a whole institutional commitment that needs to happen, for this to happen successfully. A program like this, because the young man can definitely sniff out when things aren't really authentic, and we're not doing this for the right reasons. So yeah, I think institutional commitment is huge, to you know have a program like this on a college campus.